2022 is set to be one of the biggest years for video games in quite some time. Here are 8 of the biggest games coming out this year that we here at comicbook.com really think you need to keep an eye on. God of War Ragnarok is the sequel to 2018's critically acclaimed reboot of the long-running PlayStation franchise, and it very well might be the most anticipated game for many this year. Developer Santa Monica Studio has already confirmed that this will be the last God of War game set in the Norse pantheon, so expect Ragnarok to pull out all the stops and deliver an experience unlike anything else. Nintendo has kept so much of the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild under wraps that the game doesn't even have an official title yet. Assuming that Breath of the Wild 2 does end up launching in 2022 though, it's easily going to be one of the biggest titles of the year and will surely keep Switch owners busy for quite a while. For the longest time, Elden Ring seemed like it was going to be a game that never released. Combining elements of Dark Souls, Sekiro, and open-world game design, Elden Ring seems poised to be another smash hit for the Japanese studio, and it should do more than enough to satisfy Souls-like fans. Starfield is still a game that we know very little about in the grand scheme of things. The latest RPG from the developer of Skyrim is set to take players into the far reaches of outer space, where they'll be able to explore unknown planets and upgrade their character over time. That pitch on its own is enough to get numerous Bethesda fans excited, but it remains to be seen how the game will actually end up playing. Despite the fact that we still have a lot left to learn about Starfield, it will surely be the biggest Xbox Series X exclusive releasing in 2022. Harry Potter fans have been asking for a video game where they can make their own character and live as a student within Hogwarts. We still haven't seen much of what this game set in the Wizarding world will have in store, but the ability to explore Hogwarts and its surrounding areas, learn spells, and become your own unique witch or wizard is something that Potterheads have been dying to see come to fruition for years. Let's just hope it lives up to expectations. It's been nearly 7 years since Batman Arkham Knight released, which means we haven't had a proper new Batman game in a really long time. Gotham Knights is finally going to fill that void at some point in 2022. Rather than being a solely single-player experience, Gotham Knights will allow players to team up with their friends and beat up baddies as Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood. Combine this co-op experience with a narrative that is based on the iconic Court of Owls storyline, and you'll find that Gotham Knights has the makings of the next great Batman game. Horizon Forbidden West is another big release planned in the early part of 2022, and it's also another big PlayStation exclusive. This sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn looks to build from many of the ideas and mechanics seen in the first game, which means that this is a sequel going with the bigger is better approach. Somerville is perhaps one of the most mysterious releases planned to arrive in 2022, but it's also one that is deserving of more attention. The post-apocalyptic sci-fi game is set to be the first project released by Jumpship, which is a studio that was formed by one of the former founders of Playdead. As such, much of the DNA of Somerville should be similar to what we've seen from previous Playdead titles. This could very well be 2022's sleeper hit. What are you personally most excited to play? Be sure to share your own thoughts with us on comicbook.com, and also stay tuned for more of our gaming coverage as the year continues.